Right, so we have to find the gradient of PR, but in the diagram alongside, PQR is sketched. P has coordinates 4 and 8, as shown in the diagram. Q has coordinates -2 and -4. QR is a horizontal line. So if this QR is a horizontal line, that means that QR is parallel to the x-axis, because x-axis is also horizontal. And PS is perpendicular to QR. Okay, so if PS is perpendicular to QR, indeed that angle is 90 degrees there. The line the line PR cuts the x-axis at 5. Alright, so it cuts the x-axis at 5, so that the coordinates are 5 and 0 as shown there on the line PR. Right, so we want to find the gradient of PR. So the gradient of PR is can be seen as the following. So you can write it as y2 minus y1 all divided by x2 minus x1. And therefore, what is this? What is y2? So here you can say this one is x1 y1 and that is x2 y2. So that what is y2? It is 0 minus y1, it is 8 divided by what is x2 is 5 minus x1 is 4, and therefore the result here is minus 8, and therefore the conclusion is therefore that thus we can say the gradient of the line segment PR is minus 8. Right, so at number 2 we have the following. Right, so if you need to determine the coordinates of R, right, so to find the coordinates of R, it's very, very straightforward. The couple of things you need to realize, right, is that the line QR is actually parallel to the x-axis. So if it is parallel, it means therefore the equation of the line is y equals -4. Okay, it cuts through minus 4 there. Right, so it cuts through y equals -4. So that the coordinates of the point R will actually therefore be x and -4. Like that. It will therefore be x and -4. So that at the end of the day, it is x and -4. Right, so the coordinates of R will therefore become x and -4. Right, so if the coordinates of R are x and -4, what do we then know? Anyway, it means the equation of this line here is exactly y equals -4. And therefore, what are the coordinates of R? Right, so they are x and -4, because y is -4. And therefore, how do we find the coordinates of R? Right, so the couple of things that are very important. So you need to look at the fact that what you have is this. The point P will have 4 and 8. So the point R will have coordinates x and -4. So that at the end of the day, we can be able to find the coordinates, right, of the point R. And therefore, the gradient of the line PR, we already know, is actually -8. So, with this said, we're able to say now the gradient of PR is -8. That we know. And therefore, we know that we have y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, which is -8. So we call this point x1, y1. We call this point x2, y2. Right, so what is y2? So y2 is -4 and y1 is 8, all divided by x2 is x. X1 is 4 equals -8. So what do we then get? So at the end of the day, we have -12 divided by x minus 4, which equals -8. we cross multiply this, which means minus 12 is minus 8 into x minus 4. This is minus 8x plus 32, which is minus 12, which is minus 8x minus 44. And therefore, what is this? This means therefore x is minus 44 over minus 8, which means x is the same as what? Which means x is the same as 11 out of 2. All right, 11 out of 2. This confirms the coordinates of the point R. And so the coordinates of the point R, as the conclusion are x is 11 out of 2 and y is minus 4. Okay. What are the coordinates of the point R? Right, so we can write them like that. We can say the coordinates of R are 5.5 and minus 4. Okay. Right, we found the coordinates of R, and the next thing we're going to do is to write down the coordinates of S. Right, so let's write down the coordinates of S. How do you write down the coordinates of S? Right, so the coordinates of S can be determined with ease, for example. Right, so let's look for the coordinates of S. So we are doing number 3, that is E part 3. And now let's analyze these together. Let's analyze these together. So obviously at this point we have that the line QR is parallel to the x-axis. And then coordinates of the point S will have to be, so at the point S we already know that because it's parallel and it cuts through minus 4 on the y, it means y is minus 4. So we already know y is minus 4 at all the 3 points Q, S, and R. Right, so the thing we do not know quite is x. Now let's check what x is here. But we already know that since this is actually the QR is part of the x-axis, this angle will also become 90 degrees. So if that is 90 degrees, it means that this line here is actually vertical, so that this is also parallel to that. How do we know the parallel lines? So we know parallel lines because parallel lines have co-interior angles, so the co-interior angles are supplementary. Okay, so we have that. Right, so those are the things you can say there. Right, so with that said, what is the x coordinate of the point S? Okay, we already know that x is 4 there at the point P, and therefore x can only be 4 there. So what are the coordinates of the point S? They are x equals 4 and y equals minus 4. And then you have E4. Now you need to calculate the area of triangle PQR. Right, to calculate the area of triangle PQR, it's easy to do that. Right, so the area of triangle PQR is area of triangle PQR is actually half base by height. Half base by height. What is the base? The base of the triangle is exactly QR. And the height of the triangle is the line perpendicular to the base, which is the line PS. What is QR? So now QR will have to be what? So you'll have to be 4. You take these, you'll have to take in particular, you'll have to take the coordinates here, which are 11 over 2 and 4 and minus 4. Okay. 11 over 2 and minus 4. Right, so now you'll have to say 11 over 2. Then you, because you're just dealing with the x-axis, x values on the x-axis, so 11 over 2, and then minus into minus 2, you take the x value there and the 11 over 2, so that is QR, times PS. PS is exactly what? So you'd have to see that PS is 8, which is the y coordinate of the point P, and also at the point S is 4, which is plus 4. So which is 1/2. So what is all these? So if you add all these here, you get what? So you get 15 out of 2. Right, this is 15 out of 2 times 12. Right, so at this point you multiply everything. So this is 15 by 12 divided by 4. What is 15 by 12 times 4? 4 goes times into 12. Okay, it goes 3 times. So that this is exactly 15 by 3, and therefore it's 45 units squared. So the area is 45 square units. Alright, so we have found the area of triangle PQR, and then we're done. Thanks everybody, goodbye to you.